Microphone check 1 2. What is this, fellas? We are back. Welcome back to another episode of hdsportspod podcast. My name is Dwayne. I'm here with my guys, Smooth, Joe, and Chubbs. Smooth and Joe are not in the camera right now, but they will be in a very short few minutes. In this episode, giving you guys a little mix of NBA and basketball, definitely NBA and basketball, NFL, and the NBA, discussing some of the most recent free agency moves, things that happened in the free agency, as well as discussing some recent NBA games, Celtics, Nuggets, Bucks, Lakers, Heat, Thunder, Heat, Mavs, and much more. MVP talk as well, man. First things first, so make sure you guys go ahead and follow us on HD Sports Pod. Every single platform you can find us there. HD Sports Pod everywhere. Chubbs, how you doing today, man? Tired?
Mm-hmm.
It's an early one for us. It's an early one. A real early pod for us, man. But hey, we're here to get the energy, man. I want to ask you before we get started, to start really quickly. How do you feel about the moves the Ravens have made thus far? You know, and just to give you a little quick recap, Nelson Aguilar, 1-year deal signed. Justin Madubuike, 4-year, $98 million, $75.5 million guaranteed. This was after he initially received the non-exclusive franchise tag. You guys were able to get the deal done. So how you guys? How you feeling?
Feeling good. So far the moves that they've made are the moves that I predicted and said that there's the guys they need to keep. Aguilar, I'd said in the past when he played last year, he played well. He made some big catches. He's a fourth receiver on the roster. He played his role really well. I said Madubuike was the biggest priority to get done, and they got it done. And behind that, I would like to see Clowney. I'd like to see Darby or Millette back, and those are the main names that are left that are free agencies that I feel like I'd like them back. Now KVN, if we can get him cheap, yeah, but it seems like he's like, oh, I got 9 sacks in 14 games. Pay me. I'm like, bro, you're 33. But I get it. But I get it. But they've done what I've thought they should have done. The only one I don't agree with that I thought he could have used back, I guess they're trying to give young guys an opportunity, or maybe in the draft address it, is Zeitler at guard. I thought we would have brought him back maybe for a year, 1 more year, and then him retire, but maybe the money wasn't right. So I'm excited to see what happens. Keeps going. Ravens got another 4th-round pick too from compensatory. So
because of why did you guys get the 4th-round pick?
Because Ben Powers signed with the Broncos last offseason. We lost Ben Powers from the draft. We drafted him, so we lost him. So we got it back. So
nice. Joey, Jonnu Smith to the Miami Dolphins. You drafted Brock Bowers or you wanted to get, and you did a mock draft. You got Brock Bowers, so you felt like tight end was a need for you.
He was in love.
I don't know about in love, but I always said if we need a tight end, why not try to get the best tight end? So I don't know how about that being love. That's just being logical. I'm like, hey, let's try to get this guy that is the best tight end when we need a tight end.
You need line.
So, how am I lying?
He said you need line.
Need line.
I need a line. Yeah, we need a line, but also we're not gonna get the offensive line that we want, because a lot of people have Steelers getting Jackson Powers before us, and they have the pick before us.
And then I see
you guys might get Jackson.
I see a lot of mocks that you guys are getting Jackson or Troy for 2, whatever.
I also seen a lot of mock drafts that the Steelers are drafting O-line, and they're drafting before us, right? So again, there's other needs for the teams that we were talking about, like the Chargers, like the Bengals, and the Colts. There's other needs that they might not go tight end. So there's a possibility he might drop because the teams after them don't need a tight end. So, yes, I'm glad we got Jonnu Smith. The fact that we got Jonnu Smith, that means we're probably not going to go after Brock Bowers. That means we can address our offensive line. So I'm actually happy about that. I'm glad. I'm not glad, but I am happy that Christian Wilkins did not get tagged because that would have took a lot of money away from us, and we wouldn't be able to sign the two people that we just signed, which is our D tackle and the tight end, Jonnu Smith. And we still got money, and we still got a little bit of money left over to wiggle room. We need to sign another corner. I don't know if we're going to draft one. I think corners are going to go pretty fast in this draft. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But as of right now, I think we're in a good space, man. We're in a good space. I like the moves we made so far. And yeah, good job, Dolphins.
Smooth. How are you feeling about the moves that you guys made? You guys signed Hunter Henry to another 3-year deal, $27 million. You got Chuck Okorafor, sign him. And then you tag Kyle Duggar. How are you feeling about the moves your team has made so far?
I think pretty safe moves. Hunter Henry was a good asset for us last year. I know a lot of teams would kill to have Kyle Duggar as well in their second. Not kill, but he's a good asset for the secondary. I don't hate it, but I would like to see us go after some bigger name free agency moving forward. We do got a lot of cap space, but Hunter Henry, Kyle Duggar, players we've had for the past few years, and although our defense has been playing very well, I feel like we need to go after some bigger names. I know we have our Christian Gonzalez coming back at corner. I don't know what we're going to do with like Jalen Mills, Jabril Peppers. Still waiting to see what we do with these guys. But I would like to see, we start getting some offensive weapons. Looking to go after a receiver, see if we can get maybe, Stephon Diggs, see what his contract's looking like, get just a big name receiver. But pretty safe move so far. Don't hate it. But
Where's Mac Jones getting traded to? Because they're shopping.
He's not getting traded nowhere. He's going to be the quarterback of that team.
He's not going to be a quarterback. He's going to be there, but he's not going to be our quarterback. By the end of the year, he won't be.
I think he's going to be a Viking or a Bronco.
All right. Keep going.
You'll get a second or third round. You're going to get a third round pick for him.
He'll be our second string.
That's Zappy.
So my next question to you guys is this. Is the safety position dying in the NFL? And the reason why I asked this, because I'm going to list the name of safeties that are now free agents. And I just want to get your thoughts. So you have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Xavier McKinney, Cameron Curl, Julian Blackmon, Justin Simmons, Jordan Fuller, Jeremy Chin, Geno Stone, Jordan Whitehead, Quadri Diggs, Micah Hyde.
Jamal Adams
as well.
You said Jordan Poyer?
Jamal Adams.
I'm saying, did you say Jordan Poyer?
I think they both got that, yeah.
Yeah, Poyer got.
Oh, Poyer too. Poyer as well. I did not say Poyer. Poyer as well.
Oh, get off of me.
I don't think he's dead.
So my question to you guys: is the safety position dying? Is it?
I'm gonna give
as big as we. All right, go ahead, Smooth.
I'm gonna give a different perspective. I think if the safety position is dying, it's because of the NFL rules.
Cap. It's because of the cap.
I wouldn't say because of cap. I would say because of the targeting thing. Safeties aren't able to be safeties nowadays. So if you bring more to the table if you can cover more so nowadays than hit. Obviously, speed and being able to track the ball, but you don't see a lot of safeties like that in the league nowadays. You see more corners getting those honors for interceptions, being in man cover, stuff like that. Back in the day, obviously, you had them safeties. Cam Chancellor, I think he's one of the most recent safeties we've seen of that era. His game even started to dilute because of the NFL rules. The safety position is a hard-hitting position. It's a tougher position on the field, if you ask me. And I think, like I said, because of the rule change and being able to hit and player safety basically. It's kind of dwindled how you play the game as a safety. So the value of the safety position definitely has decreased in that position. I mean, in my opinion.
Chubbs,
I think strong safety. The strong safety might be the dying because you name more strongs than frees.
So you say it's dying.
Strong safeties maybe because you're basically bringing those guys to be in run support. You're basically they're to be a glorified linebacker at times.
But that's been.
Yeah. But I'm saying he's
that's
saying
been like that for a long time.
But what I'm saying is a lot of people, a lot of names that he named are more strong safeties than frees. I think the only frees that were Gino and Quadre.
So to counter your point, because I kind of agree with you. But wouldn't that kind of make them more of a necessity if they have to be able to cover? They have to be able to, because like for example, Kyle Hamilton, what position is he played free or strong for you guys?
He plays strong.
He plays strong. So wouldn't you need more guys like him? Or are you saying guys that aren't as versatile?
I'm saying
guys that play strong safety have to be more versatile.
The strong safety has to be more versatile is what I'm saying. You're right.
And you think
the guys that you named lack in one of those areas is what I'm saying. That's why they're free agents. Like
I disagree.
Like Cam Curl. He's not the best cover guy. He's there to make tackles for the Commanders. That's what he was there for. Jamal Adams was out there just to make tackles. He ain't covering nobody.
He's definitely a linebacker.
Quadre Diggs does zone, maybe. He's not playing a lot of man.
No, respect Quadre.
He's nice. Quadre's nice, but he's not playing a lot of man over in Seattle. He wasn't. They were playing a lot of zone.
That's system, though. He said he was going back to corner, is what he said. He said,
Simmons?
I'm losing 15 pounds, and I'm going back to corner.
I like Simmons a lot, but he excels in zone coverage.
So you're saying if you can't play man,
you can't. The strong safety position, more than likely, are playing against the guys like Travis Kelce. The big tight ends that get open.
I feel like Justin has had a lot of success.
I don't know.
I don't think Justin.
I feel like
because of his
safety, bro. Like
that's the reason why Justin got cut.
Justin was attractive.
To a certain point, safety.
Justin a free too.
I don't know.
Oh, my fault. Yeah. So there you
go. Go ahead, Smoke.
I feel like up until like a certain point, it was like a drastic change. It was like if you were safety, like you were safety, you can play in the box and you can play back deep. You know what I mean? I feel like
I don't agree with that.
For the most part. But obviously the strong safety plays more in the box because they cover tight ends or whatnot. You know, they come down and cover it so more. So yeah, but like I said, it varies to defensive schemes, but all the names you just named, we don't see a lot of big name safeties anymore. You know what I mean? Like the last year, the all pros were the guys from the Bills, and we were saying they weren't that
big names.
So big names like who though?
Minka, Kyle Hamilton's made his name big. Buddha's always been a big name.
Buddha has dwindled.
Buddha's been hurt, so
yeah.
That's dwindling.
Jesse Bates is a big name.
No,
at safety position. Yes, he is.
Naming people. You're not naming people on the level of play. What I'm saying, back when the rules were different, you know what I'm saying? Like when we had the Troy Polamalu's, when we had the Ed Reese who retired,
You're not gonna get that.
If we really want to be real about it, during that era, it was still only a couple guys at safety.
Was it?
No.
At safety,
it was Ed, Troy, Brian Dawkins,
Bob Sanders. Come on, bro. It was.
You just named the same amount of people.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, if you're talking about top tier guys,
respect Eric Berry, respect. Come on.
That's 4 people.
Respect Eric Berry, respect Earl Thomas, respect Cam Chancellor.
Like all those people are significantly better than these generation safeties.
All right, so
Harrison Smith.
I didn't go yet.
Significantly better? Nah, I
didn't go yet.
Because of how the game is played, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if these safeties were able to hit, like back in the day, it'd be the different.
I didn't go yet. I don't think the safety position is dwindling. I don't think it's regressing. I don't think it's getting bad. What I actually think is the talent is not as good. That's what I think. I think that we are watching because a few years ago, these same safeties that are released, we are talking about how well they're playing, how good they are. They just regressed. And now we're going to watch a new age of safeties come in and they're going to ball, right? I think we have a lot of guys in college that are playing safety, that are playing really well. They're just not in the NFL yet. So one of the things is we one name we didn't mention that he actually is going to, I think he's going to show out and ball out, not just because he's a Dolphin, but Javon Holland. Javon Holland is a good safety, and he's getting better every single year. Maybe because we was in that defense that we had with Vic Fangio, it didn't show that well, but he had a 99-yard touchdown. So again, like there's moments where we still get those moments that we get flashbacks of Ed Reed taking pick to the crib, and then you had Kyle Hamilton show out this year as well. So there's people that are coming up. I think right now, we're just how can I say? Is a bit premature to say the safety position is dying. We're just going through a transition of talent. I think these guys are getting older and they're not getting better. And we're looking at like
I can see some of the stuff, Joey, but like some of these guys 26, 25, 25, 26. Justin Simmons just came off of 3 all-pro years. He was an all-pro this year too. Jordan Fuller, 26. Jeremy Chin, 26.
Justin Simmons. We're not going to sit here and say Justin Simmons. We're not going to sit here and say Justin Simmons is trash. We're not going to sit here and say that. The only reason Justin Simmons got cut was because of that cap hit. Like that, he's one of those guys because he had a $13 million cap hit. They had to cut him. Like Justin Simmons is going to get picked up. If we're talking about these Cam Curl, you're talking about these other guys that have been cut. They're not like Cam Curl's not changing the team.
Of course not.
Like it change. It depends where he goes.
It depends where
Curl goes.
But it
Curl
depends.
Is the Kyle Duggar
It
type.
depends where Curl goes. But if Justin Simmons goes anywhere,
that's a big type.
If Justin Simmons go anywhere, he's changing the team. The same way when we talked about CJ Gardner, he changed the team when Philly left. They secondary got worse. He went to the Lions, and when he got hurt, their secondary was bad. When he came back, they were balling. There's still guys out there that can still change the defense at the safety position. I'm just saying,
I think Cam could do that, but he won't be that alpha guy, right? Like if he goes to
that's what I'm talking about.
Say our Steelers, we're like
the only thing I see.
What I'm talking about. Like he's not gonna be like because that's what Dio's talking about. These Ed Reed. Troy Polamalu, Ryan Dawkins, those guys.
But I think that's disingenuous to compare Cam Curl to those guys. Like
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, DL. DL saying there aren't prominent guys at that position anymore like those guys. And what I am saying, to DL's point, is that there are guys. Yes, it's a different game. But there are guys that still can change a defense at the safety position. Yeah. The safety position I don't think it's dying. It's not dying. It's just we're shifting talent. That's all it is.
Dwindling a little bit.
So they're becoming the running backs.
I don't think so. I think they're shifting.
I like you say that, Wayne, because can I just be honest? Like first round this year, safeties.
I'm saying that
maybe
I don't think they're. There's only one that I think is there, and he plays corner. Really, his name's Cooper.
They're becoming the run. Safety is becoming the running back of the defense.
I don't see a lot of somebody else in there. A lot of lit safeties in the college football
because it's a passing league, and it's more valuable to be able to cover than to be able to.
But if you're a strong safety that can cover and play in the box, like. There should be more of them if it's coming over passing league.
You're essentially a corner because corners can tackle too, Dwayne.
Like, I think the highest rated safety in the draft.
Maybe you know what?
35 overall. That's Cameron Kitchens out of Miami.
So maybe that's because majority of the safeties and the strong safeties are probably moving the nickel.
Maybe.
To be. I'm gonna be real, bro. Even the
So strong is it? Are we saying strong safety or just safety in general is becoming the running back of defense?
I disagree with that whole statement, but
You disagree with the statement?
I disagree
Why,
with
Joey?
the whole statement. No, I don't think it's
Who's that
dwindling
player?
at all. If you think about it, bro, a nickel corner is a fucking safety.
He is.
It's that the
It's not classified as that.
No, it's not classified as that, but the defense has changed. The same way we look at outside linebackers are fucking DNs, but we call them outside linebackers. They're edge rushers. It's the same thing. We're going through a change. So safeties, nickels, to me, the same thing. You're still, if you're in a nickel, you're close as much as to the box as you can. You're probably making more tackles than the outside corners. And you're probably guarding a tight end most of the time or the slot. So it's the same thing.
So we're saying that your vitals determine whether you're safety or corner. Like,
no,
you could be a big corner.
What I think slot, safety, and corner are interchangeable nowadays. One guy can go, a corner can go to safety, a safety can go to corner, a corner to go to slot can go to safety.
I think nickel and safety, because I feel like if you play the nickel, you gotta be able to tackle somewhat like safety. Think about like the good nickels that we know. Mike Hilton, what's he known for? Blitzing, coming off the edge, doing crazy shit, right?
Arthur
McDuffie. Even though McDuffie's a great corner.
How many corners have we seen go to slot, like outside corners go to slot, and then they develop a game at slot? And you telling me after they develop a game at playing a slot corner, they can't play safety?
So
give me one.
So you're
saying Arthur Millette should be playing safety because he balled out this year at the nickel.
I'm about to ask you, Joe. So your point.
I'm saying, give me one. There's only one corner I can think, and that's because he played safety and corner in college too, which is Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey can play anywhere. He's
Quadre Diggs.
It's Jalen Ramsey. That guy can play anywhere. So he's like an outlier. I'm not saying it has happened. I'm talking about, can you not see a skills from a slot corner transition to a safety?
Yes, I can see that.
Yes,
I think that's a seamless transition, but not an outside corner. I think not everybody.
But we've seen outside corners play slot because of the defense that they have. I've seen outside corners from college come in and play slot.
Marlon's been playing slot too.
I can like the people that come from college. I'm talking about guys that coming from college, coming in, and then
I'm talking about somebody that made a transition in the league.
I'm not talking about in the league. I'm talking about somebody that came in, that played outside corner in college, came into the league because of the situation. They had to play slot, and then they develop a skill playing slot.
There's one player in the draft this year that apparently played corner and mainly in his college career, but he's playing safety in the league. I forgot which corner it is. He didn't run like a fast 40. That's why he's playing safety. I forgot who it was.
I think it's interchangeable.
There is one. There is one that's playing safety.
I also think that a lot of these defenses aren't using safeties the way they should have. They should.
How should they be? Let's break it down. This real football talk right now. How should they be using the safety?
Because you can't hit.
Yeah. I feel like
can't hit.
You get hit, bro.
Especially for I mean, he's been making good hits. They also been making some bad hits and hurting people, but over there in the Lions. But I think that the free safety position is solid. You need a guy back there to be a ball hawk. But when it comes down to the passing game, I feel like when it comes to, for example, DL talking about coming across and then the hits and things like that, I wouldn't put my strong safety in that situation. Most likely I'm putting my strong safety either, if we're playing cover 2, obviously he's back there, but if my safety is probably going to be most of the time a little bit outside the box, right? Because he's more versatile, meaning he can move faster than my linebacker. So if he needs to get down there for run support, he'll get down there. I would probably have my safety learn how to freaking jam, right? Because those slot receivers getting free releases kills every team. kills every team. So I would have my safety always playing on that game, depending on my defense. Again, but personally, if I'm running a 3-4, my safety is kind of helping out. But if we're running a 4-3, most likely he's probably going to be in the box most of the time. It's still going to look like a 4-4. But I just because of how the offenses are run nowadays, and slot receivers are eating a lot more than the main receivers. So I think that's what it comes down to now. Why we see a lot of strong safeties in free agency is because what Chubb said, they can't cover. So I'm saying we're watching a shift in talent. We're going to see a lot of corners that played man going to play safety because of the NFL shifting in defenses and also offense. Because when offense change, defense has to change. They have to change their perspective too. But I would have my safeties playing a lot more man, and they'll be pushed to the. And again, it depends on the team you're running against. Every game plan is different. If there's a running team, you probably want them in the box more. But I would have especially my strong safeties playing a lot more man. Because we saw that success this year. We talk a lot of trash about Kyle Hamilton, but he bowled.
Only one person talked trash about Kyle Hamilton.
I was talking trash because I was mad he went to the Ravens. I'm still going to talk trash.
He said he's bust. He's trash.
Same way your quarterback's a running back. I like that sentiment, Jay. I think
Crazy.
it was going to have to happen.
On your team.
Strong safeties will utilize a running back better at quarterback than you guys would. Strong safeties are definitely going to have to be a lot more versatile. And that's going to have to start in the early stages. So the development is going to have to happen.
It sucks because I feel like they're going to have. It sucks because I feel like every team is going to want a Troy Polamalu because Troy did everything. Like everybody's going to want that nowadays.
But that's how the league is. You're going to need somebody like that, right? That's why Kyle Hamilton is thriving and making the ways he's doing because he's able to blitz, he's able to spy, he's able to do a lot of things. So essentially, your strong safety is going to have to be an athletic freak. Because that's what Kyle Hamilton is. Kyle Hamilton is an athletic freak. So your strong safety is going to have to be an athletic freak. And if you don't have an athletic freak at strong safety, your strong safety is probably going to be a liability on the field. Or you're going to have really good linebackers and just get somebody that can cover well. A bigger free safety that can cover well and move with strong safety.
And what you see a lot, too, in the NFL, I see a lot of teams. I don't know about y'all, but back in the day when we did have, Troy and Cam and all those guys, there's a lot more blitzing the safeties nowadays than ever, to me, in my opinion. So I think they're sending a lot more pressure from back there, and it's you just gonna I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. I think they're taking a lot. Most of the time, they're taking a lot. If their safety cannot cover, I think that's why they're doing it. Because if their safety cannot cover, they say, well, we might as well send you on a blitz, and they come up with something so they can it's like put you in a better situation to make.
I don't think they're blitzing the safety position per se. I think they're playing a lot more big nickel sub linebacker. With having two strong safeties out there at the same time, like playing basically like Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton's not in the back end a lot. He is in the box. They have Gino and Marcus Williams in the back end. Two free safeties to cover.
But so y'all definitely run a disguise. Y'all run a disguise most of the time, and so. When I watch Kyle Hamilton, I don't see him line up at linebacker. I see him move
a little bit behind them.
I see him move down.
Yeah.
So he's still coming from a deeper position than a linebacker. A deeper position than a linebacker to me is a safety. And he's still a safety. So I'm saying you're still blitzing safeties. So I think, and not just Baltimore though. I think multiple teams are blitzing safeties a lot. That's why we're seeing safeties are getting more sacks.
Yeah, that's true. All right, that was some good ball talk about the safeties. Russell Wilson and Mitch Morse visited the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. That's why Darrell was like, you guys still might get Jackson Powers, JPJ, if we do get Mitch Morse. So might get a chance to get JPJ. But I wanted to, if you guys to tell me, if Russell Wilson were to go and sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers, what would be your expectations for Russ, and then what would be your expectations for the Steelers moving forward?
9-8.
Same. I agree.
9-8, man. That's what I got.
Agree.
I believe in
9-8
Russ
no matter
when he
what.
was, I believed in Russ when he was on the Broncos. But on the Steelers, it's different, man. 9-8.
Why is it different? Why do you feel differently about the Broncos versus the Steelers?
I still think that your offensive line is still not good enough. I think it's still Russ is probably gonna be in a similar situation with his offensive line with the Broncos. So I think I might be a little bit better. I'll say that. But
he's not cooking.
Yeah, I don't know if I think the offensive line still need work. If you guys address that during the offseason, it's still even address that during the offseason, you still gotta watch how your old linemen work together and how they play. So that's a big factor for me. Receivers, I got it. Yeah, I got a decent enough receivers to make it to the playoffs. 9-8 doesn't mean y'all don't make it to the playoffs. I just think y'all win in 9 games. I don't know about double digits.
So he's not a significant a significant upgrade from the past 2 years.
From what y'all had?
He'll be the third best quarterback in the AFC North.
Will it be an upgrade? Yes. Is it that much? No. The reason why.
So he's an upgrade, but it doesn't affect the win percentage.
No, not in my opinion. Because let me ask: is George Pickens better than Jerry Jeudy?
Oh my fucking god, bro! Like what? I'm not answering that question. What are we doing right now, bro?
I'm asking you.
What are we doing?
I'm asking you.
What are we Joey? What are we doing?
I'm asking you. Is George Pickens?
He's a better receiver.
Joey, what are we
Jerry
doing?
Judy's a better route runner.
I have multiple questions. I just want to ask. I have multiple questions.
What are we doing? Next question, bro. What are we
Is
doing,
Deontay Johnson
bro?
better than Jerry Jeudy?
What are we doing, Joey? What are we doing?
I'm asking you.
What are we doing right now?
I'm
Next
asking
question.
You if they're
please.
better.
What are we doing?
Who has the?
What are we doing? Next question, please.
Next
question, please. Please, next question. What are we doing?
I don't even know what that means.
Like, what are we doing right now?
I don't know what it means.
Is water wet? Is gravity keeping us down on the ground? Is the elephant heavy? Like, what are we doing right now?
So you don't like Jerry Jeudy at all? All right, I see.
What's there to like?
Tell me the last time Jerry. Tell me the last
right
time
now in front of him.
Tell me the last time
he might swing on you.
Tell me the last time Jerry Jeudy had a capable quarterback.
Russell Wilson.
Really?
Russ had a pretty good season this year.
Did he?
I'm not, bro. Russell's better than Kenny Pickett and fucking Mason Rudolph, bro. And George put up 1,000 yards with those vibes.
I said Russ was better.
All right, so he had a better quarterback than George Pickens, and George Pickens put up better numbers than he's ever had.
So that doesn't mean y'all gonna win more games. That doesn't mean y'all gonna win more games.
That's not a question. Keep asking your questions because you say you want to.
That doesn't mean you're gonna win more games, man. You still have some issues on defense they gotta handle. Your linebackers, you still gotta take care of that, right? I mean, obviously you're still getting TJ Watt. Hopefully he stays healthy during the season and he doesn't miss 1 or 2 games because that makes or break y'all. If he misses 1 or 2 games, y'all possibly can't make the playoffs, which is nuts to me. Like you can't play 1 or 2 games without him. Minka was hurt last year as well. There's injury questions.
Don't talk to me about injuries, bro.
There's injury questions that I do have.
We're assuming assuming health. How many wins you got? It's assuming health.
Assuming health, 9. I'm still at 9. I also think Russ, that last year was his year for him to ball out, and the way things happen. I know what Russ is. He's an energetic guy. He's always happy. He's gonna jump. He's gonna bounce back. He's gonna do what he got to do. Right. But after last year and what they did to him, benching him, getting to that situation, and also them getting rid of him, I'm sure he's gonna try to have a bounce back season. But I don't see any changes, any major changes in his career because he's still older. Yes, the experience can help. Maybe the leadership can help. He's just a bridge quarterback for you guys to get your next quarterback. He's just there to, hey, I'm gonna give you guys some advice, help you do this, get better, boom, 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 and then you guys gonna look at there's players on the Steelers gonna look back and be like, man, I'm glad I had Russ because he gave me some great tips and things like that. I don't see a fantastic season for you guys.
Chubbs, give me your reasoning.
No, Joey did a great job. I don't really need to say much. Joey handled it pretty good. I just don't believe in Russ. I thought he was going to be a little bit more successful at Denver. Given that what we said that all of them needed was really a quarterback. I think he's washed. I think he's cooked. I think Russ cooked himself. I don't know. I don't believe in him. He is the best. He'll be the third best quarterback in the AFC North, though, if he joined Lamar and Joe Burrow being ahead of him. I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel like a different type of way with Russ like being on the Steelers. Like I'm not like afraid of it. Like I'm not worried about it. That's why I kept on doing the yawning emojis whenever there was a news thing about him staying or being in Pittsburgh. I don't care. What's going to happen is he's going to have a couple bad games, and then y'all are going to fucking turn on him so hard because that's what Pittsburgh Steelers fans do to their quarterback. And then it's going to blow up. What?
So that's a lie, but keep going.
What do you mean? It's a lie. Kenny plays bad, they want somebody else. Somebody else plays bad, they want somebody else. What are we talking about?
People are still huge fans of Kenny. They were still huge fans of Kenny until what Mason came in and did. So, again.
What?
That's
y'all would
what you said?
Y'all would turn on him, like I said.
It's a lie.
That's a lie that they didn't turn on Kenny?
Once Mason came back, when Mason came and balled, that's when they turned on Kenny.
No. Wait, I can.
Oh, you guys in the Steelers?
He's talking about
chats. You guys aren't. So I know.
I can attest. When I went to the Ravens and Steelers game, they didn't even want him to start. They didn't even want him to play every second.
They wanted Mitch Trubisky in.
They didn't want. They just all they kept saying. This guy's.
They wanted Mitch Trubisky in.
They said he's not trash. He's trash. He's not good. We need a better quarterback. We need a better system. They said another thing we always talked about too was your offensive coordinator. Said we got to get rid of this guy. We got to.
That was the issue. That's what it was. They wanted Matt Kennedy gone to see if Kennedy was going to be good.
And then what happened?
He got hurt
when Canada gone.
He got hurt.
He got hurt right after.
He played one game, balled out, and then he got hurt in the first quarter of the Arizona game.
No, he played one game and balled out.
Yeah, he played the Bengals and he went crazy.
What was balling out to you, Wayne?
He had 300 yards of passing.
What? How many touchdowns did he score?
I think he scored 2.
Both passing?
I think so.
I felt like I remember us talking about that game, and you guys had more yards, but you scored the same amount of points.
Yeah. We scored. Oh, we did only score 6 points. Yeah.
Okay, so I think remember talking.
But that was just not executing the red zone though, because we were getting down to the red zone every time though.
Okay, like but my point is, you in Florida, right? I'm in Pittsburgh. I'm on in
the Steelers chats, bro. I'm not hearing that.
I've been hearing all Steelers fans. I talk to Steelers fans almost every day.
Bro, this man went almost 6-7 weeks with only 1 touchdown thrown.
Russ won't do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games only threw 6 touchdowns, and they didn't turn on Kenny.
I'm saying they didn't turn on Kenny. They didn't turn on Kenny until Mason. Y'all gonna tell me what my fan base did? It's crazy.
I'm just telling you what I'm hearing when I'm out here, man.
Yeah, you always gonna hear the negativity, Joe. That's just how it goes.
He only had one game where he threw more than 2 touchdowns.
He's ass. I've been telling y'all he was ass. Then he got drafted. I said he was ass. So like y'all say, y'all not saying nothing new with me. Dio, I didn't get your perspective on what Russell Wilson on the Steelers will do. What is your prediction for the Steelers if they were to get Russell Wilson?
I think it just all depends on the line. Like the biggest, Russell Wilson's a terrible quarterback. But I think he's definitely the quarterback that fits the Steelers. Of all the quarterbacks there are, in free agency or whatever the case may be. I think Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing. If he chooses to, he didn't sign there, did he? Did?
No.
We're talking like he's signed already, but if he chooses to pursue Russell Wilson, the argument. I think their Steelers receivers are better. The Steelers offensive weapons are better than the Broncos offensive weapons for sure. But again, it depends on that line. But I think giving y'all conference 9-8, baby. Again, I'm not trolling or anything. Maybe 10-7 extra game. I don't think it's gonna propel y'all that much, more forward. You still got the Bengals who are going to get better and compete. The Browns get, still good. The Ravens. So competitive conference as usual, but definitely be a good pickup for y'all quarterback position. Keep Mason Rudolph. Get rid of Trubisky. Get rid of Kenny Pickett. I think get some value out of both of them, honestly.
What value gonna get out of that?
Trubisky's already on the Bills.
What makes Russell Wilson not good? Because this is
I don't think he's not good. I just don't. I think you guys gonna get the. I don't know how to say this, bro.
Wayne wants us to say that the Russell Wilson on the Steelers makes them fucking Super Bowl contenders, which is not a fact.
I don't think that makes it Super Bowl contenders. For you guys to say we're gonna finish with the same record,
I think you guys should have got Russ. I think you guys should have got Russ last year.
Why?
That's because I think he was better last year. I don't think he's going to be as good as we think he's going to be good this year.
Why?
I just think he's regressed. He's getting older.
I don't think
getting older. Like it happens for every quarterback. You getting older, that doesn't mean you're going to get better. Like, everybody's not Tom Brady. Like you're not going to win a Super Bowl in year.
Y'all conference alone, bro. Like your conference is competitive. So I mean, your division. I mean, boy, would you got?
The division stuff means nothing to me, in all honesty.
I'm not talking about division because they beat the Ravens like what, twice?
I'm talking about the Bengals.
Yeah, they did. The Ravens still was divisional champs.
Yeah, I'm saying we had the best record in the division last year, so it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm not bringing up the division.
In division games, I'm not too worried about. I think it's just crazy for you guys to say that when we get a quarterback that's better, and people looking back on the Russell Wilson last 2 years, when he had a head coach that we all agree should have never been a head coach, and some may agree that he probably shouldn't be offensive coordinator because as soon as he went to the Jets, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. They looked terrible, and they were supposed to be better. Then he had a coach that didn't like him, didn't want him. We've been in environments with coaches that don't want us. It's not a good environment, especially if you're the quarterback and the coach don't want you. You go out and beat the Chiefs for the first time in 8 years? And then they come to you the very next day and say, hey, restructure your contract. Like, he had a good year last year. Like DL said, the weapons are way better. Our offensive line is going to improve because we've gained so much money in the cap. And we don't have to pay him a shit ton of money because he's getting all his money from Denver anyway. So he's going to take a lesser contract for us to build our offensive line. Say we get Mitch Morris, right, and get him. Great center. That's a great center pickup. So then now we don't have to get Jackson Powers Johnson in the draft. We go get an offensive tackle. Improves the offensive line right there. Those are just two improvements to the offensive line. Right there, offensive line. Just signing Mitch Morris, the offensive line is already better than what it was last year, if we were to get him. So I'm just saying, I'm speaking hypothetically, because hypothetically we don't have Russell Wilson either. For you guys to say we would still be 9-8 is kind of crazy to me. It is crazy to me. That's pretty crazy. I would give us. I'm not saying I'm going to give us 12 wins. I would say 11 wins. I can see us being an 11-win team. That's because we know for a fact we're going to have a top 10 defense. Like, without a doubt, we're going to have a top 10 defense. So we're going to have a top 10 defense. He has improved weapons, and he has a great head coach. This is good. When he's been with a great head coach, he's been successful. Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin. I don't know who you guys would put above. If you say Tomlin's better, you say Carroll's better. Gonna have that. Arthur Smith is a offensive coordinator. He's not a good head coach. He's a great offensive coordinator. So, with the weapons that we have at our disposal, if we make improvements to the offensive line, we can get 11 wins. And 11-6, it would be 11-6, gets us in the playoffs. And then never know what happened to Russ could happen in the playoffs. Do I think we're Super Bowl contenders? No. But and say for us to get I don't care what you guys say. You say upgrade. It's a significant upgrade. Kenny Pickett is ass. He's ass. So to get a confident quarterback is a significant upgrade. Russ could just be average, and we will win 1 to 2 more games with him just being average. Because we've been playing with below average. Not below average, below average. Which has been our quarterback situation for the past 2 years. And we've still got 9 wins. So for me, I just think 9-8 is pretty disrespectful.
Well, hey, look, man.
Yeah,
you brought up a couple things. One was that he hold on. I got traffic. Get out of here. All right. So you brought one thing. He was in a bad situation. He had a quarterback that coach that didn't like him. But I just remember Chubbs brought it up when we were talking about the Broncos. We said all they needed was a quarterback, right? And I agree. Nathaniel Hackett is not a great coach. He shouldn't have been a head coach at all. And you're right. He went to the Jets and he failed miserably. There's only one quarterback that I have seen that came from a bad situation or exited a bad situation and had a great season. And the only reason they had a great season is because they had a guy named Tyreek Hill, and that was Tua. With a coach that didn't like him, fucked up they didn't mess with him at all. He came back the next year and balled. Y'all don't have a Tyreek Hill. Y'all don't. And again,
we don't need a Tyreek Hill because Russell Wilson is better than what Tua was before.
But so you're telling me Russell Wilson is better than Tua right now?
I'm saying Russell Wilson is better than what Tua was prior to the situation.
I understand that. I understand that. What was the reason he left Seahawks? Because when he left the Seahawks, he wasn't having the best years either.
What? Yes, he was.
His last year with the Seahawks?
Russ got hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt his last year.
In the year prior?
I don't know about the year prior.
The year prior, before he left, he had 40 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, Joey. Huh?
And then
he had 25-6, 31-5, 35-7, 34-11.
Who was his receivers? You guys don't have any of those guys.
Bro, y'all gonna respect George Pickens, bro. Right now, when y'all gonna
wait. So you're telling me the Seahawks receiving core is worse than the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, I didn't say it's worse. Do I think we can be on par
better?
With a great quarter? Do I think we can be on par with a great quarterback? Do I think George Pickens can be better than DK Metcalf with a good quarterback? Yes, Joey. Yes, I do think that. Yes, I do think that. I think after the season, George Pickens
with Russell Wilson
better than DK Metcalf.
Who's the better receiving core? When Russ Seahawks receiving core, because Jackson's on that receiving core, so I don't want to add him. Russ receiving core when he was on the Seahawks or the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Are we including tight ends?
You can go ahead, put the tight end.
We were better.
That's fucking nuts.
Name me the tight end that they had.
They had.
I don't think there's a huge difference between Pickens.
They had Jimmy.
They
had Jimmy.
They had a 35-year-old Jimmy Graham, bro.
He was better than that, bro. He was still doing his thing.
No, he was not, bro. Get out of here.
And you act like Freiermuth had a freaking breakout season. Like, calm down. Like,
Do I think he can have a breakout season? Yes, especially in the Arthur Smith.
He can,
Offense.
but he did not. We cannot talk. We talking about what?
And they didn't even have that nigga Jimmy Graham. Get out of here, Joey. That's 2015 to 2017, bro. Like I said, you can't name a tight end on that team.
Who else they didn't have, Wayne? Who else they had? Who was on that team, Wayne? Who was the tight end?
They just had Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf.
Who else was on that? Who didn't have a tight end? They had a tight end.
Yeah, but the nigga wasn't good.
Hey,
what was it? Noah Barrett? Like, come on, bro. Get out of here, bro.
All right, man. I get it, man. Okay.
Really?
I think
how many yards DK had that year?
DK probably had like 900 yards or something. 900 yards, close to 1,000.
No, I'm talking the year you talk about, Wayne, without
when he had 40 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
The year he had 40 touchdowns, DK had 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns.
13.
Oh, dang.
83 catches.
That's my standard of being.
That's what I'm saying. DK was balling that year.
We trying DK, but
and George had 1,000 yards on 50 catches last year. And George is a big play receiver, which Russell Wilson loves, which he didn't have in Denver.
Okay. All right, man.
And then he got the route technician in Deontay Johnson that he had with Tyler Lockett.
Hey, Wayne, look, I hope y'all get Russ so we can watch them win 9 games. I just hope. I hope y'all get Russ, bro.
Because if we get Russell Wilson, we're going to the AFC Championship. Stand right here, right now on the podcast.
You get ahead of yourself.
If we get Russell Wilson, we're going to the AFC Championship. Stamp that shit.
Okay, we'll see.
Because all we got to do is get for cheap, and we're going to build around him. We'll make some good releases with Patrick Peterson. If not, I kind of wish he would have stayed, but he didn't want to restructure his deal, so you got to go. Allen Robinson, just with those two, we saved $20 million cap space, man. Like
after 1 year, release him, man, bro, it's crazy.
But also, again, we're saying we're getting a year older Russ, bro. It's not like you're getting a young version of him. That's what I'm saying. So, but all right.
How old do you think Russ is? Like, he's not that old, bro.
He like 30, 34?
35, 36.
You're 35.
35. Like, it, bro.
It's 2 good seasons on him. He just come from a 26-8 season, bro. And that's what a coach that didn't believe in him, bro.
All right, man. Okay. I respect Russ. He a champ. He went to Super Bowl twice. I do. I respect Russ. He's a great quarterback. I just also think if the line isn't buffed up, he's going to be doing the same thing.
The line's going to be buffed up.
All right.
That's the reason for getting him, is to get the line. We still got some restructures that we're going to do. We're going to get a lot more cap space. By the time we'll be over 30, we're going to restructure Cam Hayward. Probably going to restructure TJ Watt's deal as well. It's going to be a lot of restructuring that's going on to make some cap moves. So,
all right. Hopefully, you guys also adjust the linebacker position, man.
The linebacker position was actually solid until they got hurt.
That's my problem, and that's what I'm at. You say, "Oh, if y'all healthy, y'all don't ever stay healthy." So I apply that to my take sometimes. I did that for Dolphins too. We don't ever stay healthy either. Same thing for the Steelers. TJ happens to get hurt every year. Minka got hurt last year. I don't really see that from him often, but he got hurt last year, which put him out for a couple games. I don't see that happening in this upcoming season. But everybody's always getting hurt on your team. Like, y'all missed. I didn't have Cam for how long? Like, it was like, bruh.
That's because he's just old. We got Keanu Benton. That's a good pickup.
Keanu Benton is a.
And we still being top 10 with all these injuries.
Yeah, agreed. My point is, y'all still went 9-8, even though with y'all top 10 defense. I get it, man.
And DJ played 17 games last year, Joey. So don't do that. He played in all the
he was always hurt. Was he not always playing hurt?
But I'll take a hurt if you're gonna finish second in DPOY and have 19 sacks. I'll take a hurt you.
But imagine if you have him healthy.
We still talking about
and TJ wasn't the only guy I brought up. I brought up other guys that missed games as well. So like,
big. But you said Minky not gonna be hurt no more. So
I said hopefully not. I don't see him getting hurt that often. So, but hopefully he doesn't.
To that point though, and I'm not no hating shit, but Minka's been getting hurt like more and more like yearly. You noticing that? Like he misses at least 6 games.
Well, I
Back
don't
to
know.
back years.
He missed 6 games the year before.
He missed some last year.
I don't think he was a lot. I think this year was the most he missed. He was out for some time.
I'll let you know.
This year was the
pretty
most
sure
he missed. He missed
games.
2 games the year before and a game the year before. Like,
Yeah. So I don't think
this year he was hurt.
He don't get hurt.
It was this year he got hurt. Yeah. So I'm not worried about us.
All right.
Not worried about us at all.
Apparently, we ain't worried about y'all
piss me off. Y'all piss me off. So AFC Championship. So once we get rest AFC Championship, step in here, March 9th, 2024. Wait till
Best quarterback
AFC
AFC North.
Draft too. Nah, he won't play like the best quarterback. We don't need him to play like the best quarterback AFC North.
Ain't gonna be a Mitch
to get to the championship.
The best quarterback he gonna be wearing
he's gotta be third best. If he's the third best quarterback in AFC North, or he's the fourth best, but everyone's playing spectacular, and he's right there too, but he's just below them. Good, because the other guys are more talented than him. So he's just playing
all this
just a little level below them.
Hey Joey, a deal. All this talk just for him to end up with Ryan Tannehill.
Kirk Cousins.
Hey, no, listen, y'all better off with Kirk.
I would say so.
Now Kirk is priority.
I always thought this was ended with Justin Fields. That's always gonna happen. Always gonna happen is we're gonna trade the 3rd round draft pick for Justin Fields.
If y'all get Justin Fields, that's your future. Y'all don't have to worry about it. Getting a quarterback.
You still gonna give us 9 wins, so I'm not hearing anything you're saying, bro.
With Justin Fields,
you gonna get 9 wins with running back.
Y'all get Justin Fields, y'all can get 10, 11.
I get y'all.
Oh my god!
Running back.
Crazy. Justin Fields with Pat White. West Virginia Pat White, man.
I'm dead. Hey, yo, no, don't do him like that. Justin Fields not Pat White.
Pat White was lit. What you talking about?
That man quit.
I'm trying to take my man position, bro.
Oh man.
So I do want to talk about the Bills, right? They released a lot of people, but still they are below. They are negative in the cap still, even with releasing all these individuals. How are we feeling about the Buffalo Bills?
It's time for the rebuilding. And this is a rebuild.
So they're rebuilding.
I don't see Stephon staying for a rebuild.
I'm on the other fence of this. I don't think they're rebuilding at all.
What do you mean? They have to. They're getting their team's gonna look completely different.
Yes, I think their defense is going to look completely different. But then when you look at some of the guys that they released, most of them were hurt. So they pretty much
old.
Yeah, I mean, but most of them was hurt. The guys that they released, most of them got hurt. So if we think about it, they still won a division without those guys.
All I'm saying,
so
they're losing their center, they're losing Gabe Davis, they're losing corner, they're losing probably both safeties.
They signed Taylor Rapp. They can't.
And they signed Taylor Rapp. Oh, okay. Mike the Hyde's probably gone too.
But they did lose both. They did lose both all-pro safeties.
That's the biggest part. Milano's coming back though.
Yeah, again, and we just talked about the safety position.
And you restructured a guy that has barely played with all that money that you spent him with Vaughn. Like you don't get rid of Vaughn.
That's what they should have got rid of, right? I feel
it's guaranteed though, isn't it? That's why they can't get rid of.
But at the same time, Vaughn also didn't play, but we also know what Vaughn can bring to the table when he is on the field. So, and he's been on multiple Super Bowl contending teams, and we see what
he was on the field in crucial times towards the end of the year. Didn't do anything.
They won the division. They came back and won the division. They had a
Von Miller wasn't being Von Miller. Is all I'm saying. He was quiet.
I feel like I think it was deeper than him not playing, bro. Honestly,
look, man. With those guys gone, the safeties gone. I think the safeties can be replaced. You won't replace the talent, but they can be replaced good enough for them still to head to the playoffs. I think the Bills also have a chance in the draft to draft somebody pretty decent at receiver because they're not going to be able to pick up anybody in free agency. So they still going to have a chance to at least draft somebody decent. And I think with the talent of Josh Allen, the running game has gotten better. Yes, they lost the center. That's okay. I'm sure they can work that out, probably figure something out. But the running game has gotten better, and that's one of the biggest issues with Buffalo Bills that we've been talking about. That they can't run the ball, but then they figure that out, and also it's the same situation with the Steelers. You get rid of your offensive coordinator, you kind of still got to run the same playbook until the next year, until you can develop people into your new playbook. So I don't think they're rebuilding at all, bro. I think they released those guys because they had to get some money.
They still don't have money.
They had to free up some money. This is not about this year. It's about next. It's about the year after. I don't think they're rebuilding. It's just like, yo, this year we're gonna just do what we can, ball out. They're still gonna make the playoffs. I don't know about winning the division.
They're not.
I think they're still gonna make the playoffs.
They're gonna be the third best team in the East.
We're gonna prematurely say this again, Jeff.
They're gonna be the third best team in the East.
They're still gonna play the playoffs. If you think the Jets are going to be better,
they are.
100% think you are wrong. I think the Jets are going to.
How are this team not in a rebuild when they have nothing to gain this season? In free agency, they can't get people. They just lost a ton of people. They're not going to be able to address it in the draft because you're telling me 7 rookies are going to come up and ball, not ball, but play well. That's not heard of.
I think you're forgetting.
It's a rebuild year.
I think you're forgetting, bro. Like again, I put a lot of disrespect on his name. He get a lot of turnovers, just all this other stuff. But the guy has
still top 3.
He has proven us wrong every year.
He proved me wrong this year.
Every time we talk trash about him, like they have Josh Allen. What are we talking about? Like the man has been balling. As much trash I've talked about him, he stayed in the top 5. He has stayed in the top 5 regardless of what I have said about him, and he has taken his team to the playoffs every year, despite the injuries that they had. They had the most injuries last year on defense, and they still went to the playoffs and played Kansas City Chiefs, and it was still a dogfight. So what are we talking about? Like McDermott is still a good coach. They still have Stephon Diggs. You still have.
What I'm talking about is they lost Tre'Davious White.
They played.
That's fine. But we're talking about other people that have been hurt. They're gonna ball this year.
Who?
Like, bro, all I'm trying to get at.
I think the biggest they lost.
One mic. Finish your thoughts, Charles. Go ahead.
They lost Tre'Davious. They lost Micah. They lost Jordan. They lost Gabe. They lost their starting center. They probably lost other people we don't know about that were vital to the rotation. That not a big name. I don't know. I can't remember for fact. But they lost all these positions and still are barely either over or under the cap. How are you going to
14 mil over cap?
14 mil over cap. Great. That means there's more people that are going to be exiting. How are you going to be competitive if you aren't able to address those needs in free agency? Yeah, you can address them in the draft. Like I'm saying, not all them draft picks are going to be home run hitters. Maybe 2 or 3 of them are going to be playing significant time. The team's in a rebuild this year. If you don't want to believe it, that's fine. They're the 3rd best team in the East.
They're going to be the best rebuilding team ever, bro, because they're going to the playoffs.
No, I don't think they're making playoffs. This is the year they're
so you believe more in the Jets than you believe in they're going to tank.
I believe so.
I know.
Stephon Diggs is not going to be on the team by the end of the year.
That's false.
And y'all all believe that Josh needs Stephon. I think he doesn't need Stephon anymore. That's just me personally. And if Stephon leaves, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all seen that year Sam Laporta had? I'm trying to tell you, Don Kincaid is going to have 200 yards receiving next year. And tight end. Don Kincaid is going to do that next year. Who else they have in this roster? And they have Sherfield, who is starting the ball. So, him and those two, Josh Allen still has a good weapon. and they're probably going to do something in the draft. Say let's go. So let's say they trade Stephon. If they trade Stephon, it's probably going to be on draft day, so they can get some more compensation and draft somebody else. We just had Brian Thomas Jr. going to them or Keon Coleman. That's what we have them drafted. You forget that. Those are the guys we got them drafted.
They're going to be fine, bro.
They're going to be fine. They're going to win 10 games.
I'm still worried
They're going to win 10 games next year. They're going to win 10 games. This was the year for them to actually be ass, and they did not be ass.
And
so with that being said,
and
they won the division.
You should see these. You should see these.
We all wrote them off.
You should see these.
Talk to me, Chubbs.
I'm looking at it. It's Jordan Poyer, Tre'Davious White, Mitch Morse, Nyheim Hines.
Leonard Floyd played big moments for them. Nyheim Hines.
He did. That was a big.
Played big moments. Jordan Phillips played big D tackle
minutes. Did not play big moments.
Dane Jackson, crucial cornerback rotational piece for them. AJ Espinoza, big part of that D line. Shaq Lawson, another big part of that D line, and Gabe Davis. Those are the bigger names, and then the guys that they released. You're telling me with all that, you said
Shaq who?
Shaq Lawson.
Shaq Lawson was big for them.
I just named a bunch of people on that defensive line.
You don't think they're gonna do something? But let's say there's a restructure. They're gonna do some restructure. And they're going to be above the cap by time. In the next 2 weeks, they'll
Ed
be
Oliver. They got to restructure Deion Dawkins.
I'm trying to figure out how Shaq Lawson was really good for them.
Don't look at the stats, Joe. He was a good defensive lineman.
He was a good rotational defensive lineman.
No, he started. He was a good impactful defensive lineman.
He did not start. Shaq Lawson did not start for the Buffalo Bills.
He played a good bit.
He was a rotational defensive tackle. You act like we just lost a starter.
You gotta respect the rotational.
He rotated with AJ.
I don't respect him. But y'all acting like that was a big piece for the Bills when he didn't start. He was rotational. There was a guy ahead.
They got 2 DNs on the roster still right now. Von Miller and Greg Rousseau. Von Miller was hurt majority of the year last year, so who was starting?
He was not starting. I don't know how many times I got to tell you.
AJ was starting.
AJ was starting. He was a free agent.
So they lost AJ.
Yeah, so they lost. I'm just saying, you said Shaq Law. I'm like, bro, he was rotational. Like, Shaq, he wasn't even good.
But rotational D linemen are important, Joe.
I'm not saying they're not important, but yeah, you're making it seem like, You're making it seem like,
all right, the bigger loss. All right,
and the backup.
Stop harping on the Shaq Lawson part. The bigger loss is AJ Espinosa.
You throwing names out there. You say, oh, look at these names. I'm like, bro.
And they still are over 14 million.
These people are replaceable.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I would agree with that. I think everybody that he said pretty much for the most part are lost. Like when he was shouting Dane Jackson, I was like, all right. But a lot of these people are. But to Chubb's point, how can you replace them with no money?
But this is the thing.
How are you not rebuilding with no money?
No, people are still going to get released. Free agency didn't even start yet. Look at what we're talking about. People are still
officially started. Yeah, that's agreed.
Right. And so people are still going to get released, and they can still restructure contracts to get more money. So we talking about
that's what I said. I believe that's what they're gonna do.
We're talking about prematurely. They're gonna have money, bro. I'm trying to say, bro, we're in trouble. The Dolphins is trouble. Like I don't.
And to that point, to that point, Chubbs, because like if you said that they don't have no money, but neither do the Dolphins, right? The Dolphins really don't got no money. The Jets got some money, but they got to make some significant changes, especially on that line as well. And Aaron Rodgers is coming off an Achilles injury. I don't think the Jets are going to be as good as I thought they were going to be this year.
The Bills are probably in the second best position in our division. That's.
And you can't forget the Patriots, guys.
I say the Patriots. I'm not going to say the Patriots because they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a solidified quarterback.
Right, got a quarterback.
That's finishing last. I heard him when he said they're the third best team. He got us finishing last. That's crazy.
I said the third. They're in the second best position.
I'm talking about Chris.
Best position. Oh,
Y'all still rebuilding.
They got a lot of money.
You guys got a lot of money.
Oh,
Right now,
last time y'all had a lot of money, y'all signed 4 tight ends.
And our first
one of them turned out to be great.
One of them said that like, oh, let's relive the Gronk and Aaron Hernandez.
And
let's get Hunter Henry and Jonnu.
We signed Hunter Henry. Like, come on, like.
And then next year, Mike would get sicky.
And then the next year, let's get Mike Gesicki.
Future Hall of Famer.
I'm dead.
That's insane.
3 tight end system.
They trying to find their Gronk.
Crazy.
I mean, that's what they trying to find. They trying to find their Gronk.
So, all right, DL, I got a question for you because, like, I was
Get Brock Bowers.
The mock draft, right? 3rd overall pick. What do you prefer your team to do with it? Since we're in the AFCs, do you prefer for you guys to trade it, draft a quarterback?
My preference, obviously, my preference would be Jaden Daniels. But I would draft the quarterback if I were us. Honestly, if not, then I wouldn't trade that pick. I wouldn't even think about trading. Honestly, it's a 3rd pick.
I see y'all trading back.
I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts with the Vikings coming up, and you guys.
My thing is, like, me personally, and this is just me. If we were to get a quarterback out of free agency, it would be one of those veteran quarterbacks on the market, like a Russell Wilson, like a
Kirk
Cousins.
He is due to visit you guys. FYI.
Any one of those, like, those are solid quarterbacks that I wouldn't mind having because they're seasoned. Then you can put. You don't have to go out and get a big time playmaker as much as would want if you have a veteran quarterback like that. But I would like to get a.
So you still want to have the receiver that finished last in separation in the last 6 years?
No, I don't want him. We release him. I think, like I said, the only receiver we're going to do is Juju for whatever reason, but I don't know why. But I honestly think we draft a quarterback with that 3rd pick. It'd be cool for us to trade it away, unless they got something up their sleeve. But I don't see them trading that pick away. But yeah, I mean,
what do you guys think? Finish your thought, DM. I want to get other guys' thoughts as well. What the Patriots do. Joey, Smooth. You can finish your thoughts, Smooth.
Yeah, I thought
because I know you.
That's pretty much. I mean, that was pretty much my thought. I mean, like I said, we got a lot of money, so I mean, I feel like we're going to attack the free agency pretty hard, more so than anything. My ideal pick.
Who are some big free agents you would like to see you guys get?
I don't know. Come back to me on that because I'm usually come back to me on that one.
All right, fellas, what do you guys think the Patriots should do?
I was gonna say Buddha, but we just sound Kyle Duggan.
If Josh Uche's not coming back and you got all that fucking money, pair Daniel Hunter with Matthew Judon. That'd be dangerous.
That would be so nasty. Oh my god.
That would be dangerous.
I would hate that for the Dolphins. Joey would not like that at all. Because he didn't want to play the Steelers because he didn't want to play great pass rushers. Now imagine that.
It's annoying, bro.
That would be the number one priority. We're talking about draft.
Yeah.
So I think they should go quarterback, but here's a little hot take. If they say, hey, let's go for one of these veterans, that number 3 pick is going to be a very big commodity.
Mm-hmm.
I say trade back maybe a few picks, maybe to pick 6 or 7, get a receiver there because there's going to be a receiver there, and then get some more draft capital for the rest of the draft and really, really rebuild. I think if they do that, then the route is probably I think it's going to be Rome.
That would be nice.
If it's not a quarterback, I think it's going to be Rome. Or if they don't trade the third, then it's going to be either. It's probably going to be Marvin or Malik. But I really think it's going to be Rome.
I see some drafts. I see some mock drafts with Malik Neighbors, and like the receivers might fall out. Like 9-10.
Maybe. I've seen Malik fall out. I haven't seen Rome.
Because it all depends if Justin Fields stays in Chicago. If Justin Fields stays in Chicago, this whole entire draft is going to be a lot different.
If Justin Fields stays in Chicago, the first pick might be a fucking tackle or receiver, and that 9th pick's going to be a receiver or a tackle.
No, drafting Joe number 1 overall is crazy.
I don't think they would, but if they don't trade the pick, is what I'm saying.
Jay, what do you think they should do?
I got 2 situations for the Patriots. One, the first situation is they draft Jaden Daniels. They draft Jaden Daniels, and the second round they get an offensive tackle. Or second round they get a receiver. Either way, they can address their offense because in the free agency there's tackles available, and in free agency there's receivers available. A lot of people up for grabs, and you probably can grab some guys and put some guys around your young rookie quarterback. Now, the other scenario is that you get a quarterback in free agency, like a Kirk Cousins, and you draft Marvin Harrison Jr. In the 3rd pick. And then you get him, you can also address your offensive tackle in the 2nd round, or you can address your offensive tackle in the free agency as well, because you have so much money. So they have so many ways they could go about this. I preferably would draft Jaden Daniels just because I think he's the best quarterback in that draft, but I don't think he fits the Patriot way. And I don't know what the Patriot way is now. All I know is what I know before. Yeah, right. So I don't know what they think.
With that, as far as my bad, I'm gonna let you
go. Go ahead.
With the lineman situation, I think honestly, with the fact that we have the extra cap space, I feel like we just want to re-sign our lineman. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I think they're gonna do too.
They might, but I mean, also at the same time, I can see them parting ways with them because there are also other guys that might cost less in free agency. Because when I think a team is rebuilding, especially I think they're going to have as much money as possible to put their quarterback in the best situation, right? So even though, yes, bringing those guys might protect Jaden Daniels or whoever the quarterback might be, because I think if they don't go quarterback 1st round, 2nd round, y'all getting JJ McCarthy. Either way, if there's no quarterback signed, and if there's no quarterback, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy or Bo Nix, if they don't sign a quarterback in the free agency or draft in the 1st round, JJ McCarthy or Bo Nix is going to be your quarterback. Like if they go on quarterback.
I would prefer Bo. I would prefer Kurt, but I would definitely want Reed.
Yeah, so JJ not in the conversation.
Not at all.
That's your quarterback, bro. Like that's what they like over there.
I got a question for y'all because I saw this pop up and this is interesting. Do you really think there's that big of a gap between Marvin Harris and Malik Neighbors and Rome? Because I saw something that there's not really that big of a gap.
I think Marvin Harrison is the best receiver.
Yeah, I think just
people are saying Rome Odunze really is the best receiver.
Physical build, athleticism. Marvin Harrison, best.
I feel like you can't teach like.
But they're basically what they're trying to get at is you don't really need to quote unquote reach for the top 3 pick for Marvin because all 3 of them are really like just really good. Like
I ain't gonna lie, I agree. I was going to say this. If Jaden Daniels not there, I'm trading that 3rd pick. I'm not drafting Drake May, and I'm not drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. either. Trading with the team, getting more assets, and I could get Malik Neighbors or Rome. Joe, one of those 2 guys are going to be there. If I trade with the Vikings or the Broncos.
Man,
and then
I think that would be a huge mistake to pass up on Marvin Harrison. I think that would be a gigantic. That's going to be the mistake. You'd be like, damn, we should have drafted that. As soon as he gets to the league and start balling, you're going to be like, damn, we should have drafted him. That's the one guy that I think the rookie year guy that should go after.
I think Malik Neighbors is going to have the best year out of any of those guys rookie year.
And I'm guessing you will say that, or are you saying that because you don't think Marvin Harrison is going to get a good quarterback, or you're saying Malik Neighbors is going to go to a better situation, or you just think Malik Neighbors is just better?
I don't know if I would say I just think he's just better, but like I think Marvin Harrison is good, right? But I don't think the gap between them is as big as everyone says, especially when I'm watching film and I'm watching what Malik Neighbors is doing to these SEC corners, like child's play. Marvin is a route technician; he's going to be good. I also think, like, let's just say the teams that he go to. If you go to Arizona, he can ball out with Kyler. Yes, but there's other pieces around.
Marvin also has sure hands, bro. He catch the ball.
Do you want?
He is a
Marvin?
He does everything.
Justin Jefferson or Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase. Because that's basically what the type of receivers they are.
Is there not a gap between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase?
They're both top 3, top 5.
Is not a gap,
arguably,
between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase?
No,
I don't know.
There's not a gap.
I don't think it's a big gap.
No.
One guy has Joe Burrow. The other guy got Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
The one guy led the league in receiving yards.
The one guy also has T. Higgins on the other side of him.
That's my point. One guy is getting double teamed.
on Jordan Addison.
Jamar Chase gets double teamed. Don't say that.
Jamar Chase
even with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase gets
the fact that you're saying you got T. Higgins on the fact that you say because listen, it can go both ways. The fact that you say he got T. Higgins on the other side getting 1,000 yards, it can benefit Jamar Chase for getting open. Now, if you don't,
but he's still getting double teamed. Jamar Chase more. T. Higgins benefits more from Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase benefits from T. Higgins.
But you're telling me Jamar Chase don't benefit from T. Higgins getting 1,000 yards a year. That's what you're telling me.
I mean, it's all right. But yeah, hey, like he still get double teamed. You're still getting double teamed,
we can move on, bro. We can move on.
Why are we moving on?
No, because that shit don't make sense. It don't make sense to me. How can another guy on the other side getting 1,000 yards don't benefit you? That's
example.
That's great.
Did AB benefit from Juju being on? Did AB benefit from Juju being on the other side of him?
Did AB benefit from Juju being on the other side? Yes, AB benefit. He was just a baby.
No, he did not, Joey. There was no benefit for Juju being on the other side of AB. None. There's no benefit for Juju.
First of all, let's talk about this. Juju was not on the other side. Juju was not the number 2. Juju was the number 3. He was the slot. So it's not the same situation. Because if it was the same
receiver on our team, Joey,
he was playing slot, Wayne. He was a designated slot receiver.
He played both. He was in the designated slot. He played both.
Bro, I swear to God, we were on this podcast and Wayne was talking about how this man is only balling when he's in the slot. I swear we had the same.
That was Chase Claypool. That was Chase Claypool. It
wasn't Chase. We were not talking about
Juju. Juju played in the slot too. He did play in the slot too, but he also played outside a lot.
He played in the slot.
He played both.
Okay, all right. Regardless of the point, it did help AB out. The only reason AB
No, it didn't, Joey. Joey did not help AB out, bro.
What did AB get?
There was no benefit for Juju.
What did AB get that year, Wayne? AB didn't ball that year?
AB balled every year.
So all right, bro. I'm like, what are we talking about? Y'all talking about another receiver that's in 1,000 yards?
The AB benefit from Did AB benefit from Juju being on the side?
What you mean by benefit? Are you talking about he didn't have?
What do you mean by benefit? Because you brought it up.
I mean by benefit meaning you can get open more. That's what I'm saying. Because somebody
didn't matter. AB still got double teamed.
Wayne, if you are the number one receiver, you're going to probably get double teamed by the corner and the safety. But if you are the only guy on your team, they just have to game plan against you. That's my fucking point. Like, bro, y'all, come on, guys. We're not doing this. We know football. Come on.
No, there's no benefit. Bro.
No benefit. All right.
Like Tyreek Hill. He benefited from having Jalen Waddle on the side because that's the capable receiver that Jalen Waddle was. What he did without him proved that he was on his way to being a wide receiver one.
So
when he went to the Miami Dolphins, he had his best numbers ever. That's showing a benefit.
So he didn't benefit from Travis Kelce?
He did. But I also believe, and this is going to be crazy to say, Travis Kelce benefited more off of Tyreek Hill than Tyreek Hill benefited off of Travis Kelce.
So my point in saying it doesn't matter where you at, what position, as long as you balling, you are benefiting the other.
No, see, Joe, you're not getting what I'm saying. Like, you're not getting what I'm saying.
Wayne, you're saying he benefited more. I'm saying they are getting the benefits regardless of where you're at.
I see, for real. See, one thing, Tyreek Hill, when he was on the Chiefs, he got double teamed no matter what. Safety, he was always over the top. It did not matter. That would made room. Like I'm saying, it was more of a benefit for Travis Kelce than it was actually. So Travis Kelce was benefiting off of Tyreek Hill, not Tyreek Hill benefiting off of Travis Kelce.
Okay,
that's not what happened.
So I feel like you're making my point because Justin Jefferson don't have anybody to help him, and he's still getting the numbers.
Respect TJ Hawkinson, please.
Oh my God, bro.
But I'm trolling that. Hey, but when that comes to DL's force feed logic,
he's the only guy.
I'm saying if you put you put Jamar Chase in that same situation, he's doing the same thing. That's why, to me, there's no gap.
I disagree. I disagree. I do disagree. I don't think they're doing the same thing. Better. I don't think he's doing it on the same level as Justin Jefferson.
Well, he's doing the same thing while being double teamed. And having less targets every year.
But they don't have the same numbers.
Because he gets less targets. And that's my point.
I'm a disagree, bro. I think there is a gap. I think there's a gap. I think Jamar Chase is a great receiver. He's amazing. He's outstanding. But then we're gonna talk about the other guy getting 1,000 yards. You can't tell me that doesn't help. You can't tell me also having
a great example where it didn't make a difference.
Where? It didn't make sense to me.
AB and Juju.
It didn't make sense. That didn't make sense to me.
Why did it not make sense to you?
Because AB still balled. If it didn't benefit, then he wouldn't have had the same production.
If he had the same, you benefit when your production increases, Joey.
So did he not? But again, I also said AB was just being a baby that year. Because he felt like he wasn't getting all the targets he wanted to get.
Because he didn't get, he got less targets. It wasn't a benefit to him at all. His numbers regressed. And guess who numbers increased significantly? Juju. That's why Juju being on the field with AB was not a benefit to AB. It was more of a benefit to Juju.
It's still if you can get the same amount of yards with less targets, I think that's a benefit. That means you're more productive. You're more efficient.
Sorry, I'm wrong. He got more targets. You get more targets.
Who, AB got more
targets? Yes.
I don't know. That probably means he's open more. I don't know.
He got 3 more targets. He's open.
He's open.
Hey, he got one less time. He played one less game the year before. So no, it didn't benefit him at all. At all. He did not. He had no benefit to this.
Wait,
Chubb, Swook, am I tripping? Who's tripping? I need y'all to. Who's tripping? Was AB and was having Juju on the field a benefit to AB?
I think AB was just a baby and he didn't make it work.
What?
That's what I think.
Was what? Was Juju on the field a benefit to AB?
That's what Joey said.
It's the other way around. What we doing here?
Thank you, Chubbs.
Yo, see, Dwayne is turning my words around.
What we doing
I
here?
literally said you were saying he benefit more. He benefit more. I said they're both benefiting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
There was no benefit from the year before.
Juju needed AB.
Juju started playing better, when AB started being more double team. We know that.
Correct.
So I mean, they benefited each other. I mean, that's
there was no benefit. He still got double team at the same rate.
But Juju became better because of that, because he got more targets. That's the point.
So how does that benefit AB?
Bro, because they're
What you mean? What I mean? Answer my question. How does Juju getting more targets?
You guys are really
still getting double team at the same rate that he was the year before. This nigga got 1,400 yards, but that's because y'all letting him, because y'all saying you not doing shit. The team benefited from Juju, but Antonio Brown did not benefit from Juju because he still got double team at the same rate, saw the same coverages. That's not benefiting.
And still was balling.
Keep on regardless. That's not benefiting. He just kept doing the same thing.
It still allow him to get more looks.
AB had 15 fucking touchdowns, the most touchdowns he had in his career in a fucking season with Juju on his fucking team. What the fuck are we talking about?
How many less yards he
had? Why you didn't bring that up? Why you didn't bring that up?
How many less yards?
He played one less game the year before. He played
how many yards? How many less yards?
He had 1,200 yards, and the year Juju did not come, he had 1,200 yards the year before Juju came. So fuck are we talking about?
He had 1,500 yards a year before Juju came.
No, I'm talking about the year prior. The year prior, he played.
He had 1,200 yards and 8. He had 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. The year before that, Joey, he had 1,800 fucking yards and 10 touchdowns.
He had 9 touchdowns. Wayne, he had 15 touchdowns. 9 for 15. That is 6 more.
Oh my God, bro.
That is, you want me to count? That is 56 fucking points. No, I'm sorry. 40. I'm counting that.
Can't do math.
42 points. That is 42 points. He added 42 more points on the fucking board with Juju on his team. And he still did 1,200 yards. What
and
the
let me
fuck
tell
are
you
we
why. Let me tell you
about?
why he got. You want to know why he got more touchdowns? Since you want to bring context to it, it wasn't because of Juju. It's because Le'Veon Bell did not play that year.
It wasn't because of Juju. Now because Le'Veon didn't play, he got more touchdowns.
Who else the touchdown going to go to, Joe? He's not going to fucking Juju.
If Juju's benefiting more, why he's not getting more touchdowns? Why he's not getting the ball more in the red zone? If they're so focused on AD,
he had 4 more. He had 4 more touchdowns than the year before.
And what?
He had 4 more. He had 28 more points than the year before.
Who?
Bro.
AB? You said AB?
No, Juju.
Juju?
Juju.
The year before, he had what? How many touchdowns Juju had?
4 more.
4 more than AB?
Sorry. He had the 7 round touchdowns. He had the same amount of touchdowns that he had the year before.
When did Juju come in the league? 2017 or 2018?
2017.
He came in 2017. Oh my fucking God. AB had 1,500 yards in 2017.
Joey, before Juju came, he had 1,800 yards. I'm not fucking doing this with you, Joey.
What? Before Juju came,
he had 1,200 yards. 2 years prior before. 2 years prior to hit 1,800 yards, Joey.
Okay, so hold up. Now we're talking about 2 years. In 2016, AB had 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. Right? Juju came. He had 1,500 yards and 9 touchdowns.
He played 2 less games.
He played 1 less game. He had played 15 games in 2016, 14 games in 2017, and 15 games in 2018. So 1 less game. So he played 1 less game he had 1,500 yards and 9 touchdowns. That's still amazing. He had more yards with Juju on. He had more yards with Juju on the field. And then next year,
because of fucking Juju, bro.
oh my! The next year, the next year,
500 fucking yards.
The next year, he had 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. I don't fucking know how that did not benefit AB. If we're gonna sit here and say this shit, we can move the.
Because he had a year before. He had years prior to Juju where he had better years.
Wayne, you are correct. But at the same time, when Juju was not there the year prior, he had one of his worst seasons as a starter.
The year prior, 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns.
1,200 yards and 12. That's AB's worst. That's one of AB's worst years as a starter. The nigga was amazing. I'm thinking he had one of his down years as a starter. It's
not a fucking down year.
Oh my, bro. I'm done, bro. Let's move on, bro.
He said in comparison to AB's career, bro, that's a down year for him, bro. When Juju came, AB got better, bro.
Let's go, man.
It's just how
AB didn't get better because Juju came. That's my point. That's not true.
That's how receivers work.
True.
That's how receiver cores work, bro.
That's not how receivers work, bro.
We stay like AB. Regardless, man, I think Marvin Harrison, there's a gap. That's it. My point.
Between him and who?
I think there's a gap between him and other receivers.
Oh, other receivers, okay.
This started with what was the gap between Jamar Chase and.
Well, it really started with Marvin Harrison and the other guys because I think you guys are wrong on that. I think there is a gap. Also.
All right, man. Honestly, that is it, man. We're talking about NBA. Unless y'all do want to get into this NBA MVP talks.
I'm good.
No, I gotta see the Celtics.
My team got 9 wins. I don't care about NBA basketball.
That's sad. I'm sorry.
That's sad, man. Stop being a fan of that team.
My team only got 14 losses.
And your guy's not an MVP.
Yeah.
Talks
a lot of people talking about this MVP status for him. I don't think he's gonna get it though.
Who? They trying to boost him in there, but he doesn't deserve it. Doesn't deserve to be in those talks.
MVP. He's not going to MVP.
Not a top 5 player in the league.
I think his team.
We're not going to say anything else.
I think his team is too good for him to win.
He's not a top 5 player in the league, DS. So we are going to stop there.
Best player on the best team in the NBA. Right
that means nothing. Was Donovan Mitchell top 5? Was Donovan Mitchell top 5 when Utah Jazz had the best record, and he was the best player on the best team in the league?
No.
Debatable.
Thank you.
I think Tatum can sit out the rest of these games, and they will win 80% of those games.
That's why he's not MVP talk, yo.
I disagree, but that's just opinion. You know,
it's only like what 18, 19 games left. I think if
you take the team's minutes without Tatum, they're still better than every other team in the league. Their net rating goes from 10 to 8.
Because we're just looking at, we don't actually watch the.
Come on, now I gotta get deal. How the fuck is Tatum? Who's Tatum better than? Give me the top 5 players, and give me the 4 players.
We're not because I'm not just about to sit up here and go on recency bias based off of how everybody's playing, bro. Like that's what
I'm not saying. I'm not. There's no recency bias. You know, you're the recency bias guy. It's never me.
You do that all the time, but you're gonna.
I'm never a recency bias guy. Tell me how Tatum's top 5.
Let me talk. Let me explain. You're gonna put all these guys who are playing. You say Shea is better than this man. That is stupid.
I said this season.
No. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's ridiculously dumb. Okay.
Shay's not better than him this season.
No.
Why not?
He's averaging more points because we're not doing this today. We're gonna have to have a whole day. I'm not doing this today.
No, we're doing it right now. We're doing it right now.
A whole day.
Tell me how Jason Tatum. No. We just need 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes. Tell me how Jason Tatum's better than Shea this year. You tell me how he is, bro. You go ahead, explain how he is. He's a better playmaker. He's a better scorer. The defense on par, and he's leading a team that has significantly less talent to the number. He's like tied right now for the number 1 seed in the West. In a harder conference. He's playing at he's playing at an MVP level.
First of all, I'm gonna just touch on that point. You keep saying harder conferences. The East or the Celtics have played most of their games have come Eastern Conference losses. So they're beating West teams. So that's
DL. You're incorrect. They're 8-7 versus West teams.
That's not incorrect. I'm looking at the roster in the schedule now.
They're 8-7 versus West team, and they have 14 losses. Half their losses are versus the West teams. They're one game above 500 versus the West. So yes, DL, you are wrong.
I don't know exact numbers.
Hold on.
It seems to me that if the Celtics go to the finals, they're not winning.
They ain't, Joey.
It's to me.
Whoever wins is coming out of the West this year. Just making that effect. Doesn't matter who goes to the finals. Whether it's the Heat,
okay,
the
they have
Celtics, the Bucks.
how many? They have 7 losses.
Yes.
Against the what? The East?
The West.
The West.
Okay, so half their losses is from the West. We got to that conclusion. What's that?
But what was I'm saying as far as the teams that
I said the Thunder were in a better conference.
Well, I'm just saying
we're disagreeing.
You're saying the better they have lost to not that many Western teams, is what I'm saying. As they play the Western teams, they haven't lost to that many Western teams, like Western Conference teams. You're saying the better conference is the West. Maybe I'm explaining this wrong. They're not losing to Western Conference teams.
They are, DL. Half their losses are to the Western Conference.
Lost, but look at their wins, is what I'm saying, Dwayne. You're discrediting the wins as well.
I'm not discrediting. They're 8-7.
7 losses.
The Western Conference.
In the 82 game season, you're pointing
out 8 wins. That's one game above 500, DL. So if they were in the West, and you just said they were going to be one game above 500, please tell me where would that put them in the West?
Let me
right now. Please tell me where would that? It's not the play-in.
It's not the play-in. Damn, they got that much. Probably not.
If they're just one game above 500 right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, it's probably not. That is. Yeah. No. Yeah. Play-in. They'll be better than the Rockets.
They wouldn't be the Warriors are 4 games above 500, Joey.
I mean, wait, isn't the play?
The 11th seed.
The 11th seed is not the play-in. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yes. So that's my point. And honestly, with the Raptors, they probably wouldn't be one game above 500. And I think if they were in the West and they played in the West this whole entire time, they'll be around the 6th, 7th, 5th, 6th, and 7th seed.
Yeah,
my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I disagree, but if you say this team's so great, I disagree. But again, back to this top 5 conversation between Jason Tatum and whoever. I don't think
I didn't hear your top 5, so
top of my head right now.
Hold on. Wait, before you do your top 5, I have a question. Do y'all think the Thunder is a better team than the Boston Celtics?
Do I think they're a better team than the Boston Celtics? What you mean?
Like, do you think they're a better team? Like,
do I think they're playing better than the Boston Celtics right now?
Do 7-game series? Do you think they're a better team?
No.
Okay.
Because of how highly I think of the Celtics roster.
I agree. So,
do they have the best player in the series based on this year? Yes. But they don't have the better roster. They don't have the better team going into the series.
I ain't gonna lie. The only team in the West that I really think is better than the Boston Celtics is 2 teams. Well, the one team is only the Clippers, and they're not playing that well.
7-game series, the Celtics aren't beating the Nuggets or the Clippers.
I was gonna say the Nuggets too. Because they're on a streak.
I'll give them a chance versus Timberwolves because Cat is hurt. But I think they could beat the Thunder.
There's only 2 teams. Yeah, there's only 2 teams right now. And
I think all the other games, like if they play the Suns, if the Lakers will find a way to make it or Mavericks, those would be dog fights. And I think those will go to 7.
Versus the Suns, I'm not too big on the Suns. I was, but I'm not too big on the Suns right now. But the Lakers, I think LeBron is Jason Tatum's kryptonite. He just can't get past the ball. So
there's a lot of people that Jason Tatum kryptonite. LeBron, Jimmy Butler.
He got past Jimmy though. He got past Jimmy one time.
Jimmy missed a game in that series, Joey. Don't forget.
Tatum broke his ankle in the game 7.
He still played the game. Jimmy didn't play the
He
game.
broke his ankle. He didn't break his ankle.
Hey, Jerry, he played the game. Jimmy legitimately did not play a game.
So, on a broken ankle that we saw.
Yeah,
It was a sprained ankle, bro.
He played the game.
He played. So
He played, bro.
he played on a broken ankle, so he should have won just because he played.
Was Jimmy not hurt the whole series?
We saw him break.
Was Jimmy not hurt the whole series? Jimmy was hurt since the second round.
He didn't play.
Jimmy played though.
Right.
Jimmy played, and we didn't give him no excuse. I said the year before when they beat us, Jimmy did not play in the game.
I'm saying he played.
It's crazy. We have never been healthy when we played you guys, and we still have beaten you guys more than you beat us.
We've been Tyler Hero every playoffs, bro.
Anyway, don't run from this. Top 5, please.
I wasn't running from you. I started talking. You had a question. Right or wrong? Right. All right. So top 5. Giannis. No order, obviously. Giannis, Joker, LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid, and Luka, top 6.
This can be an argument all day long, so I will say this for another pod.
It will be.
I'm going to say this for another pod, but that is DL's top 5. And
right now,
he didn't have Luka in the top 5. He said Luka was not better than LeBron or Tatum.
Yeah,
we're gonna save this.
We're
gonna save this.
The of the
we're going to save
is the fact that LeBron is still in the league and he's still the best player in the league. I mean, of all time.
He's not the best player in the league anymore. There's the best player in the league, and the best player in the league is not close. Anybody's not close to him right now.
So that's y'all like, all right, bro.
Based off,
Jokic's not the best player in the league right now.
That can change week to week, month to month, because of
Jokic has been the best player in the league for the last 2 years. DL.
So I'm looking at a couple things right now. I'm looking at how NBA have advanced stats and they look at the impact of players in the top 8 impact. Well, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Top 10 most impactful players in the NBA right now. Tatum is not on that list,
bro. Because
but I'm gonna go to something here. I'm gonna go to net rating. Net rating is also I guess how well you play with your team. The top 5 players are all Boston Celtics, and the first player is Derek White. Tatum is 4th on that list. And I'm just going through the list, man. And Jokic is still the number 1.
Even with that information, do you think that the Celtics can win without Jason Tatum? Y'all said yes.
I don't think they won it.
Win what?
I don't know.
When get any further than they've been getting without Jason Tatum?
No. Are we replacing him with somebody?
Do you think the Celtics without Jason Tatum will be the
I'm asking the question.
Yes or no question.
The first thing they went was the championship.
Celtics have been to the Eastern Conference Finals on multiple occasions. They've been
in championship
situations. And
let me tell you this, because I think someone who I'm going to say is better than
that they would proceed any further than what they have been doing. That's the question.
I'm going to say this. Someone that I think is better than Tatum. If you take him off that team and add him to that team, there's no question and doubt that this team is winning in the finals.
That's hypothetical. So yes or no question, Dwayne.
No, I'm just telling you. If you were to swap Kawhi and Luka,
you're talking about Kawhi Leonard, bro. Like Kawhi Leonard is better than everybody that you're going to compare in the long run. Like what are we talking? Like that's why I don't.
Isn't that where Tatum's supposed to be?
But he's not. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I just want you to come up to the reality of what Tatum is.
He was like, "Is someone so better than Jason Tatum?" I was like, "Well, he's not better than Luka either." So, like, I mean, well, Luka's
better than Kawhi.
Luka, bro, and as a career, yes. Obviously, now, no, but like, I'm taking Kawhi Leonard in his prime over Luka in his prime. I don't care what y'all opinions are, bro. He has more accolades. He's done more. He's a better two-way player. I mean, I don't even know why I'm having this argument.
Kawhi. I mean, I would take Kawhi over Luka. Just Luka is an offensive fucking.
And that's what I'm saying. Even with that,
Kawhi is better.
Luka, Joker, they're ball dominant. I'm not taking that away from them, bro. I'm not taking that away from them at all. But when you're ball dominant, of course you're going to be a better playmaker. That's just
that's why I brought up the impact. Is like how much do you impact your team?
Yeah. That's why the question, like, do y'all think without, because if they're such a great team, based off of everything you just read, without Tatum.
No, if you take,
I mean, you're pretty much asking.
He's still the best player on the team. Like, if you take the best player off the team, they're not going to be.
Go ahead.
They're not going to win the finals because that's the first thing to is the finals. So you take Tatum off their team, but not going to the finals. But if you take them off this team and actually they can get to the second round, I feel very confident in saying they can get to the second round if you take them off this team.
Yeah,
I don't think that's saying anything because they've gotten to the finals with them on there. You know what I'm saying? That's not saying anything.
I mean, a yes and no, DL. My point is that with Tatum, I like Tatum a lot, bro. And the thing about Tatum, it's just he played for the Celtics. I just don't fact.
But let me tell you what Tatum is. Tatum is going to be what the same thing as Paul George. That's all it's going to be at the end of the day. And he's going to be the guy that we're going to continue to wait on to make that next step. And he's just not going to do it because he's not consistent enough.
Honestly, I will say that I can agree that over the past few years, Tatum has kind of been a disappointment to me because I feel like he should have won something by now. He should have accomplished
the next step
more. Yes, but that's not. I'm not going to sit up here and say like, all right, well, because he hasn't, he's still been further than your favorite player. You know what I'm saying?
But how can you put him in the top 5 if he hasn't accomplished in one individual
but it's like
award?
What he accomplished besides the MVP?
And he's never been a leading scorer. He never been a leading scorer.
Right.
But right. He never. He how many? He never has he been. He hasn't been all
NBA three times.
Yeah, when you think about the top 5 players, right? To me, they're all great at least one thing. Can you tell me something Tatum is great at?
I think Tatum is great at a lot of things.
I think he's one of the best 3-level scorers in the game.
Let me. When I say great, I mean like elite. What is he elite at? All the top 5 guys, they're elite at something. What is Tatum elite at?
His post game / mid range game, his pull up, his shooting.
It's elite.
It would have to be something, Dwayne. Like you can't. He's 6'7", bro. Like what are we saying?
I mean, when I watch,
why are you talking about height when I ask you something he's elite at?
His ability to fit. What I'm saying is his ability to shoot and finish, bro. That's what he's elite at.
But that's inconsistent, so he can't be elite at that.
What do you mean is inconsistent? I don't understand what you mean by inconsistent.
Because
we're watching the games, DL.
Inconsistent.
What I mean by it's inconsistent.
He's 48% this year, but that's the size of his career. Like, what we talking? I mean.
All right, but
it's not great, but it ain't terrible.
Yeah, that's not great. But let's put this. So what you just said, you said if he's elite at getting to the basket, scoring, let's say creating his own shot, if he was elite at it and consistent at it, we would at least got a leading scorer of the year.
No, but I feel like no, because his game, because he's not. That's just not his game. He's more involved in the offense, or like in general. So not ball dominant. Like if it's like, all right, well now I need to take off. Now you saw that game when they was playing against the Lakers. He didn't start shooting until the 4th quarter because he didn't need to. Jaylen Brown came out and dropped 20 in the 1st quarter. The other night,
left him open. It's crazy. I don't know.
The other night, last night, the Nuggets, he only shot 13 shots. I don't think that's a lot. He made 5. That's not great, but at the same time, 13 shots.
You didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the game. Right?
Jaylen Brown took 29 shots that game.
I know he scored 41, and they lost. You know what I'm saying? I would rather JT be taking.
Did you watch the game?
I know I did not watch the game, but I know that's probably what happened. Because
there's a reason why he only took 13 shots. I'm telling you why. Was it because he wasn't trying to? He was
They
not
was
able to.
He was
Yeah,
wild.
exactly. And that's probably what I figured. When they play good teams, that's what happens. They focusing on JT, and I'm not saying he shouldn't be able to overcome that, but that's always how it's been. Jaylen Brown took 29 shots, scored 41 points, still lost. So I'm not.
So, I think this hurts Tatum a lot for our conversation and putting him in top 5 or being an elite player. Is that since he came into the league, he has had a good team. He was never. He has never been forced to be amazing, to be great, amazing. Right now, he had a chance when he played LeBron, but everybody's gonna lose LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think that hurts him a lot, man. And I think because when we look at Luka team wasn't great. He had to be great. Jokic, when he came to the Nuggets weren't great. He had to be great. Shy, OKC was not great. He had to be great. So when we look at these guys coming in, and even Donovan Mitchell, we saw splashes of him being great because that team was
Jordan team wasn't great when he first came into the league. He had to
That's why he was losing in the early on, and he had to show signs of greatness. So the thing is, I felt like Tatum hasn't gone through the mud to make him. The same thing we talked about LeBron before he came to Miami is the same thing how I feel about Tatum. He don't have the dog in him. He don't. He doesn't have the it factor.
I'm not going to say
asking from him.
I would agree. I'm not going to say he do or don't. I haven't seen it. I'm definitely.
You don't. If you don't see it, you don't.
I mean, he dropped 50. You can drop 50. You know what I'm saying? He can do it.
We talk. The it factor is when you are 3-3 versus the Miami Heat, and we need you to ball out. We
had a broken ankle, bro.
In the finals.
He's not breaking ankles.
Hold on. Wait, in the finals.
But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Joey. Like I said, over like the past couple of years, I can agree with y'all in saying that Jason Tatum has not gotten himself over the hump. I will agree with that. But you know,
I think it's the development.
Everybody else that y'all comparing them to, they have to get at least to the Western Conference Finals or wherever or win something before y'all start being like
Luka did it.
Luka did what?
He went to Western Conference Finals.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I put Luka in 5-6. I think Jason Tatum was a 6'8" or a 6'9" ball handler. He would be, you know what I'm saying, just as good.
He
doesn't have the capabilities to do that though.
Ball dominant, sorry.
Yeah, ball dominant, yeah.
But he doesn't have the capabilities to be dominant, ball dominant. So
he does.
But this one on longer than I expected.
Yeah.
DL, he said
he
had the most turnovers. He has the most turnovers in playoff history. What are you talking about? He has the capabilities to be ball dominant. If he wasn't even ball dominant, he had the most turnovers in playoff history. All right, what are we talking about?
Hey, turn the ball over. It happens, bro. Basketball. Look. Yeah,
all right, man. Until next time.
Yeah,
man,
you like Josh Allen, you like Tatum, you like all the turnovers.
And then all of them be proving y'all wrong. All of them be proving y'all wrong.
Win shit.